Here's a quick wire egg cup that you can make for your Easter egg toppers or just for fun for every day. And you can make them out of wire. I mean, I'm making this one out of the wire I've got left over, 1.6 mil. But if you have 2 mil aluminium wire, that is the best one to use for these, to be a bit more stable for these egg toppers. And then you can put your Easter egg, painted Easter eggs with their egg toppers on in them. So first of all, you need something to wrap around that is just a bit larger than the egg, so the egg will sit into it. And I found an old spice jar works perfectly for this. So an ointment bottle or a pillbox, and start off by making a little circle at the very, very end of the wire. So I'm not cutting it off the reel yet. And then just coil the wire around the jar or whatever mandrel, circular mandrel that you're using. And you need at least about 9 complete coils, because you need about 4 or 5 to sort of sit the egg into, then a couple for the sort of the middle of the stand, and then a few more for the base. So yeah, make sure you've got at least 9 or 10 complete circles before you cut it off the spool. So I'm coming up to about the right, yes. So I'm going to cut it off now. And then I'm going to go to the base of it. So this is going to be my base. And I'm going to make a little sort of a coil. It doesn't have to be a complete circle. Just create a sort of start coiling it in, and then just begin coiling the rest of it, holding it with your flat nose pliers, because that will give you a more stable base for the egg cup. So just coil it around, and there you've got a nice swirl that will, and make sure that it sits flat. So you might have to push the coil in a bit, stabilize it. And now you want to make the center. So I'm counting about 4 of the coils, and then twisting so that they become slightly smaller in that middle section. So that middle section I want so that the egg doesn't slip through right to the bottom. So just twist it to make it smaller at that middle section, just a bit smaller, and then the egg can't drop to the base. I mean, of course you could have an egg cup that the egg sits in completely, but this is just so that it can have a little bit of, it's a bit like a wobbly jelly really, because it has a spring to it. And so when you put the egg inside this, it does have a bit of a bounce. But hopefully, I mean, these are boiled eggs, or you're using them, you could use them, make smaller versions for your chocolate eggs and make a display. It's just a little holder that will hold something circular. And you could even put a tea light, you know, you can make these as tea light holders, but obviously they have to be very solid. So there you have it, a little egg holder.